All right, welcome to our podcast today. See, there are reasons why you can't hear God. You've been trying to hear God, you've been trying to receive revelation from God about something, about a relationship, about your finances, about your life entirely, your destiny, your purpose. There's a whole reason why people want to hear God. But the reason why you can't hear God, even if you try, you pray, you fast, they have recommended certain things for you to do to hear God. You've done it and yet you are not hearing God on that matter. Is this simple reasons I want to share. There are 4 reasons why you can't hear God. God speaks, yes. We can all hear from God, yes. But the reason why you yourself you can't hear is because of this trait. These 4 reasons I want to mention here. So the first one, wrong ideology. There are teachings and there are ideas that God doesn't speak today. That the last time God spoke was in the days of the apostles. There are school of thoughts that says God doesn't speak beyond the Bible. So if you have these wrong teachings, if you have this wrong ideology that God can't speak to you about your finances, you can't hear the voice of God like I'm talking to you right now, guiding your decisions, that wrong ideology blocks the voice of God. It blocks the leadings of God's Spirit. So you can't hear the voice of God if you have wrong ideologies. All right, so you need to get your ideologies right that God speaks today. You need to get that from God's word. In John chapter 10:27, it says, "My sheep hears my voice. I know them, and they follow me." Romans chapter 8:14, "As many that are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God." You cannot be led until you are being spoken to. God guides you through talking to you. You can't guide someone without talking to them. All right? So, wrong ideology. This might not be your own situation right now because perhaps you don't have this wrong ideology. You believe that God speaks today, but you just can't hear Him over certain matters or hear Him yourself. The second reason might be the reason. The second reason why you can't hear God is ethicness. All right, ethicness. Your spirit is so overwhelmed with activities of life. You have choked your spirit with several activities. All right, you are too busy. You are too busy. You are too all over the place. You don't have the moment where you remain still to hear the voice of God. According to God's word, Psalm 41 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." So you have to be still to know when God is speaking to you. So if you're always busy, your spirit is not at peace, you are not calm. When we're talking about busy, we're not just talking about activities, doing things. It's also part of it, but beyond that, it's still the noise in your soul. There's much noise. You are thinking about where to go. You are thinking about what to do. You are thinking about a lot of things, and this chokes the still small voice of God because God whispers. God speaks majorly through whispers. So you can't hear Him over a matter because you are full of noise on the inside. There are many activities. You are too hectic on the inside. You are too hectic. You are too busy. Your mind is running through a lot of things, such that you can't pick and design the voice, the whispers of the Spirit of God. So ethicness. So the next reason why you can't hear the voice of God is emotion. The third reason can be the reason why you are not hearing from God. The third reason is emotions. Emotions. A prophet, Bob Jones, made a statement. He said, if you have an option, then God won't speak to you. All right? Yes. There are people that have already come into a relationship. They have already invested in a relationship, and now they're trying to hear God because of a situation if the person is not of God for them or if the person is of God, and so their emotions are already clouded. So even if God is speaking, they are clouded. Okay, I heard of a sister, a friend of mine, a son of mine actually brought a case to me and sent the voice note of the sister. This lady had been in a relationship with a young man. Okay, the young man came to our church recently, met her, and asked her out. And she actually accepted, and so they kept on going. So it was time for decision now. The young man was proposing marriage to her, and now she took the proposal to her pastor if she should continue, if she should go ahead. And then the pastor said, this young man came to this church just this year, and he has not even been consistent. He doesn't have a mentor. According to the lady, she said the young man does not also have a mentor. And so the pastor could not endorse that because the young man is not under any authority. She's already involved in her emotions. She's already involved. And right now, she cannot design if she should follow what the pastor is saying or if she should follow what the young man is saying, because the young man seems to tally when it comes to purpose, because she said the young man has a calling that gears towards purpose. So the young man teaches people on how to fulfill their purpose, and the same thing is what she's into. And she feels that there's an alignment because the young man is going her direction. But now the issue is, should she follow the pastor's counsel? Because the pastor had given that this young man should stay at least another 1 year, and the young man is not ready to stay. The feeling that the place is not giving him what he wants, that he wants to go to another church. So the young girl is asking, should she follow what the pastor is saying, or should she follow what the young man is saying? That it's just a matter of the place not acting him, since the young man is also going towards a direction of purpose, alignment, career. So you see, in this kind of case, now why she couldn't hear the voice of God, even if she used to hear God on different matters before now, she usually hears God, but now she just can't pick what God is saying. What should she do now? This is that case with just one of those many cases out there where you're already involved. Her case is just a matter of emotions. If she should take away emotions, she will hear the voice of God very clear. She does not want to let the young man go somehow. So that is why she's unable to hear the voice of God. So that is how it is. When you already made up your mind on going somewhere, all you will hear will be go, because your emotions is geared towards a direction already. So people come for God to only affirm what they have chosen, the decisions they have taken for God to bless it. But then they come pretending as though they want God to speak to them. But in their mind, they are saying, God, speak, I want to go this way. They've already made an option. And so God is going to be stay silent. And even if God speaks, their emotion won't let them to hear. So if you want to hear God, be neutral. Don't get involved. Don't get involved in your soul. Don't get involved. Just stay neutral, Lord, whichever one I'm going. All right, I'm going. The third is lack of obedience. Lack of obedience. The Bible says, in the day that you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. If you are hardened means disobedience. So you need to learn how to obey the Lord promptly. If you disobey, your spiritual discernment begins to dwindle. All right. And number two, God will cease speaking to you. If the last instructions he gave you, you didn't obey. If you want to hear God clearly, vividly, you need to take away these 4 stumbling blocks. Hope this blessed you. What I want you to do is like this video, share this video so it could get to other persons and bless them. And please subscribe. Please subscribe, and God bless you. Thank you.